Describing your favorite hobby. Hello? Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that is close to my heart. This topic is about hobbies. A hobby is something that we love to do in our free time. It is an activity that makes us happy and helps us relax. Everyone has a hobby, and today, I will tell you about my favorite hobby and why I enjoy it so much. I hope that by the end of this, you will feel inspired to think about your own hobbies and maybe even try something new. First, let's talk about what a hobby is. A hobby is an activity that we do for fun. It is something that we choose to do because it brings us joy. Some people like to play sports, others like to read, and some enjoy making things with their hands. Hobbies are special because they give us time to focus on something we love, something that is just for us. My favorite hobby is reading books. I have loved reading ever since I was a little child. When I was young, my parents would read to me every night before bed. I enjoyed listening to the stories and looking at the pictures in the books. As I got older, I started reading on my own. I would spend hours in the library, picking out books to read. I love getting lost in a good book and imagining the characters and places in my mind. Reading is not only fun, but it is also a great way to learn new things. When I read, I learn about different cultures, history, and ideas. I can travel to faraway places without leaving my home. I can meet new people and experience new adventures through the pages of a book. Reading helps me improve my vocabulary and my understanding of the world. There are many types of books to read. Some people like to read fiction, which is a type of book that tells a story that is not real. Fiction books can be about anything, like adventure, mystery, romance, or science fiction. Other people like to read nonfiction, which is a type of book that tells about real things. Nonfiction books can be about history, science, biography, or self-help. I enjoy reading both fiction and nonfiction books. One of my favorite books is called The Little Prince. It is a story about a young prince who travels from planet to planet, meeting different people and learning about life. The book is full of beautiful illustrations and has a deep message about love, friendship, and the importance of looking at things with the heart. I have read this book many times, and each time I read it, I learned something new. Another book I enjoy is called Harry Potter. It is a series of books about a young boy who discovers he is a wizard. He goes to a special school for wizards and learns about magic. The books are full of adventure, friendship, and bravery. I love the way the author describes the magical world and the characters. Reading these books makes me feel like I am part of the story. In addition to reading books, I also enjoy writing. Writing is a hobby that goes well with reading. When I read a good book, I often feel inspired to write my own stories. I like to write about the things I see and experience in my daily life. Writing helps me express my thoughts and feelings. It is a way for me to share my ideas with others. Another hobby I have is drawing. I like to draw pictures of the characters and scenes from the books I read. Drawing helps me relax and focus. It is a creative way to express myself. Sometimes I draw pictures while I listen to music. The music helps me get into the mood to create something new. I also enjoy playing the piano. Music is another hobby that brings me joy. I started taking piano lessons when I was a child. At first, it was difficult to learn, but with practice, I got better. Now, I can play many songs. Playing the piano helps me relax and forget about my worries. I like to play for my family and friends. Sometimes, we sing along to the music. Hobbies are important because they give us a break from our daily routines. They help us relax and have fun. Whether it is reading, writing, drawing, or playing music, hobbies are a way to express ourselves and enjoy our free time. Everyone should have a hobby that they love. In my free time, I also like to spend time with my friends. We often go to the park, watch movies, or have dinner together. Spending time with friends is a great way to relax and have fun. We talk about our hobbies, our lives, and our dreams. Having friends who share the same hobbies as me makes the experience even more enjoyable. Sometimes, my friends and I go to the library together. We pick out books to read and talk about them. It is fun to share our thoughts and ideas about the books we read. We also like to recommend books to each other. Reading with friends makes the experience more social and interactive. Another hobby I enjoy is cooking. I like to try new recipes and cook meals for my family. Cooking is a creative activity that allows me to experiment with different ingredients and flavors. It is fun to see how different foods can be combined to create something delicious. Cooking is also a way to show love and care for my family. On weekends, I often spend time in the kitchen, trying out new recipes. I like to bake cakes and cookies. The smell of freshly baked goods fills the house, and it makes me happy to see my family enjoy the food I make. Cooking is a hobby that I find very satisfying and rewarding. In addition to cooking, I also enjoy gardening. Gardening is a hobby that connects me with nature. I like to plant flowers, vegetables, and herbs in my garden. Watching the plants grow and bloom gives me a sense of accomplishment. Gardening is also a relaxing activity that helps me clear my mind. In the morning, I often spend time in my garden, watering the plants and taking care of them. It is peaceful to be outside in the fresh air, surrounded by the beauty of nature. Gardening teaches me patience and the importance of taking care of living things. It is a hobby that brings me closer to the earth. Another hobby I have is traveling. I love to visit new places and learn about different cultures. Traveling is an exciting way to explore the world and meet new people. I have traveled to many countries, and each trip has been a unique experience. I enjoy trying new foods, seeing famous landmarks, and learning about the history and traditions of different places. When I travel, I like to take lots of pictures to remember the places I have been. I also like to keep a travel journal where I write about my experiences and the things I have learned. Traveling is a hobby that broadens my horizons and helps me appreciate the diversity of the world. In my free time, I also enjoy watching movies and TV shows. Watching movies is a great way to relax and be entertained. I like to watch different genres of movies, such as comedy, drama, action, and animation. Sometimes, I watch movies with my family or friends, and we discuss the story and the characters afterward. One of my favorite movies is called The Lion King. It is an animated movie about a young lion who becomes the king of the jungle. The movie has a powerful message about courage, responsibility, and the circle of life. I have watched this movie many times, and it always makes me feel inspired. In addition to watching movies, I also enjoy listening to music. Music is a big part of my life, and I listen to it every day. I like different types of music, such as pop, rock, classical, and jazz. Listening to music helps me relax and feel good. It is a hobby that I can enjoy anywhere, whether I am at home, in the car, or on a walk. Sometimes, I like to sing along to my favorite songs. Singing is another hobby that I enjoy. It is a fun way to express myself and share my love for music with others. I often sing when I am in a good mood, and it helps me feel even happier. Music has a special way of bringing people together and creating a positive atmosphere. Another hobby I have is exercising. I like to stay active and keep my body healthy. Exercising is a great way to feel good and stay in shape. I enjoy different types of exercise, such as running, swimming, and yoga. Exercising helps me stay strong and full of energy. In the morning, I often go for a run in the park. It is a great way to start the day and clear my mind. Running helps me feel refreshed and ready for the day ahead. I also like to do yoga in the evening. Yoga is a relaxing activity that helps me stretch my muscles and calm my mind. Exercising is a hobby that helps me take care of my body and mind. In my free time, I also like to play games. Playing games is a fun way to relax and have fun. I enjoy playing different types of games, such as board games, card games, and video games. Playing games with friends or family is a great way to spend time together and have a good time. One of my favorite games is chess. Chess is a game that requires strategy and thinking ahead. I enjoy the challenge of trying to outsmart my opponent. Playing chess helps me improve my problem-solving skills and concentration. It is a hobby that I find both fun and intellectually stimulating. Another hobby I have is learning new languages. I enjoy learning about different cultures and languages. Learning a new language is a fun and rewarding challenge. It helps me communicate with people from different countries and learn about their way of life. I am currently learning to speak Spanish. I find the language beautiful and interesting. Learning Spanish has helped me understand more about the culture and traditions of Spanish-speaking countries. It is a hobby that has opened up new opportunities for me to connect with people from around the world. In addition to learning languages, I also enjoy teaching. Teaching is a hobby that allows me to share my knowledge and help others learn. I like to teach my younger siblings and friends. I find it rewarding to see them learn and grow. Teaching is a hobby that helps me improve my communication skills and patience. In my free time, I also enjoy volunteering. Volunteering is a hobby that allows me to give back to my community and help those in need. I volunteer at a local shelter, where I help take care of animals. Volunteering is a rewarding experience that makes me feel good about making a difference in the lives of others. Helping others is a hobby that brings me joy and fulfillment. It is a way for me to use my time and skills to make a positive impact in the world. Whether it is helping a neighbor, volunteering at a shelter, or participating in a charity event. Giving back is a hobby that I find very meaningful. In addition to volunteering, I also enjoy participating in community events. I like to attend local festivals, fairs, and parades. These events are a great way to have fun and connect with my community. Participating in community events is a hobby that helps me feel more connected to the people and the place where I live. In my free time, I also enjoy doing puzzles. Doing puzzles is a fun and challenging hobby that helps me improve my problem-solving skills. I like to do different types of puzzles, such as jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, and Sudoku. Doing puzzles is a relaxing activity that helps me unwind and focus. One of my favorite puzzles is the Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube is a 3D puzzle that requires you to match the colors on each side of the cube. It is a challenging puzzle that requires concentration and patience. I enjoy the challenge of trying to solve the Rubik's Cube and the satisfaction of finally solving it. Another hobby I have is photography. I enjoy taking pictures of nature, people, and places. Photography is a creative hobby that allows me to capture the beauty of the world around me. I like to experiment with different angles, lighting, and compositions to create interesting and unique photos. In my free time, I often go for walks and take pictures of the things I see. I find photography to be a relaxing and enjoyable hobby that helps me appreciate the little things in life. It is a hobby that allows me to express my creativity and share my perspective with others. In addition to photography, I also enjoy painting. Painting is a hobby that allows me to express my emotions and ideas through color and brush strokes. I like to paint landscapes, portraits, and abstract art. Painting is a relaxing and therapeutic activity that helps me unwind and focus. I often paint in the evening, when the house is quiet and I can focus on my work. I find painting to be a meditative hobby that helps me clear my mind and express my creativity. It is a hobby that brings me joy and satisfaction. In my free time, I also enjoy reading poetry. Poetry is a beautiful form of literature that expresses emotions and ideas in a creative and artistic way. I like to read different types of poetry, such as sonnets, haikus, and free verse. Reading poetry is a relaxing and enjoyable hobby that helps me appreciate the beauty of language. One of my favorite poets is Robert Frost. I enjoy his poems because they are simple yet profound. His poetry often explores themes of nature, life, and human emotions. Reading his poems helps me see the world in a different way and appreciate the beauty of the everyday. In addition to reading poetry, I also enjoy writing my own poems. Writing poetry is a creative hobby that allows me to express my thoughts and feelings in a unique way. I like to experiment with different styles and forms of poetry. Writing poetry is a relaxing and enjoyable hobby that helps me express myself and explore my emotions. Another hobby I have is knitting. Knitting is a creative and relaxing hobby that allows me to make things with my hands. I like to knit scarves, hats, and blankets for my family and friends. Knitting is a therapeutic activity that helps me unwind and focus. It is a hobby that I find very satisfying and rewarding. In my free time, I also enjoy hiking. Hiking is a great way to explore the outdoors and stay active. I like to go hiking in the mountains and forests near my home. Hiking is a hobby that helps me connect with nature and enjoy the beauty of the world around me. It is a relaxing and enjoyable activity that helps me stay healthy and fit. In addition to hiking, I also enjoy camping. Camping is a fun and adventurous hobby that allows me to spend time in nature. I like to go camping with my family and friends. We set up a tent, cook food over a campfire, and sleep under the stars. Camping is a hobby that helps me relax and appreciate the simple things in life. In my free time, I also enjoy fishing. Fishing is a relaxing and peaceful hobby that allows me to spend time by the water. I like to fish in rivers, lakes, and the ocean. Fishing is a hobby that requires patience and concentration. It is a relaxing activity that helps me unwind and enjoy the beauty of nature. Another hobby I have is woodworking. Woodworking is a creative and hands-on hobby that allows me to make things out of wood. I like to make furniture, decorations, and other items for my home. Woodworking is a satisfying and rewarding hobby that allows me to use my skills and creativity to create something useful and beautiful. In my free time, I also enjoy stargazing. Stargazing is a peaceful and relaxing hobby that allows me to explore the night sky. I like to look at the stars, planets, and constellations. Stargazing is a hobby that helps me appreciate the beauty and mystery of the universe. It is a relaxing and enjoyable activity that helps me unwind and reflect. In addition to stargazing, I also enjoy birdwatching. Birdwatching is a peaceful and relaxing hobby that allows me to observe and learn about different types of birds. I like to go birdwatching in parks, forests, and nature reserves. Birdwatching is a hobby that helps me connect with nature and appreciate the beauty of the world around me. Another hobby I have is cooking. Cooking is a creative and enjoyable hobby that allows me to experiment with different ingredients and flavors. I like to try new recipes and make meals for my family and friends. Cooking is a satisfying and rewarding hobby that allows me to share my love of food with others. In my free time, I also enjoy baking. Baking is a fun and relaxing hobby that allows me to make delicious treats for my family and friends. I like to bake cakes, cookies, and bread. Baking is a hobby that requires precision and attention to detail. It is a relaxing and enjoyable activity that helps me unwind and focus. In addition to baking, I also enjoy gardening. Gardening is a peaceful and relaxing hobby that allows me to connect with nature and grow my own food. I like to plant flowers, vegetables, and herbs in my garden. Gardening is a rewarding hobby that helps me appreciate the beauty of the natural world. Another hobby I have is photography. Photography is a creative and enjoyable hobby that allows me to capture the beauty of the world around me. I like to take pictures of nature, people, and places. Photography is a hobby that helps me express my creativity and share my perspective with others. In my free time, I also enjoy painting. Painting is a creative and therapeutic hobby that allows me to express my emotions and ideas through color and brushstrokes. I like to paint landscapes, portraits, and abstract art. Painting is a relaxing and enjoyable activity that helps me unwind and focus. In addition to painting, I also enjoy drawing. Drawing is a creative and relaxing hobby that allows me to express my thoughts and ideas through lines and shapes. I like to draw pictures of the things I see and imagine. Drawing is a hobby that helps me focus and relax. Another hobby I have is reading. Reading is a peaceful and enjoyable hobby that allows me to explore new worlds and learn new things. I like to read different types of books, such as fiction, nonfiction, and poetry. Reading is a relaxing and enjoyable activity that helps me unwind and expand my knowledge. In my free time, I also enjoy writing. Writing is a creative and expressive hobby that allows me to share my thoughts and ideas with others. I like to write stories, poems, and essays. Writing is a hobby that helps me improve my communication skills and express my creativity. In addition to writing, I also enjoy playing music. Playing music is a relaxing and enjoyable hobby that allows me to express my emotions and creativity through sound. I like to play different types of instruments, such as the piano, guitar, and violin. Playing music is a hobby that helps me relax and focus. Another hobby I have is singing. Singing is a fun and expressive hobby that allows me to share my love of music with others. I like to sing different types of songs, such as pop, rock, and classical. Singing is a relaxing and enjoyable activity that helps me unwind and express my emotions. In my free time, I also enjoy dancing. Dancing is a fun and energetic hobby that allows me to express my creativity and have fun. I like to dance to different types of music, such as hip hop, salsa, and ballet. Dancing is a hobby that helps me stay active and healthy. In addition to dancing, I also enjoy exercising. Exercising is a healthy and enjoyable hobby that helps me stay fit and active. I like to do different types of exercise, such as running, swimming, and yoga. Exercising is a hobby that helps me feel good and stay healthy. Another hobby I have is hiking. Hiking is a fun and adventurous hobby that allows me to explore the outdoors and connect with nature. I like to go hiking in different types of landscapes, such as mountains, forests, and deserts. Hiking is a relaxing and enjoyable activity that helps me appreciate the beauty of the natural world. In my free time, I also enjoy camping. Camping is a fun and adventurous hobby that allows me to spend time in nature and enjoy the great outdoors. I like to go camping with my family and friends. We set up a tent, cook food over a campfire, and enjoy the beauty of the night sky. Camping is a hobby that helps me relax and appreciate the simple things in life. In addition to camping, I also enjoy fishing. Fishing is a peaceful and relaxing hobby that allows me to spend time by the water and enjoy the beauty of nature. I like to go fishing in different types of bodies of water, such as rivers, lakes, and the ocean. Fishing is a hobby that helps me unwind and appreciate the tranquility of the natural world. Another hobby I have is birdwatching. Birdwatching is a peaceful and relaxing hobby that allows me to observe and learn about different types of birds. I like to go birdwatching in parks, forests, and nature reserves. Birdwatching is a hobby that helps me connect with nature and appreciate the beauty of the world around me. In my free time, I also enjoy stargazing. Stargazing is a relaxing and enjoyable hobby that allows me to explore the night sky and learn about the stars and planets. I like to go stargazing with my family and friends. We use telescopes and binoculars to observe the stars and planets. Stargazing is a hobby that helps me appreciate the beauty and mystery of the universe. In addition to stargazing, I also enjoy gardening. Gardening is a relaxing and enjoyable hobby that allows me to connect with nature and grow my own food. I like to plant flowers, vegetables, and herbs in my garden. Gardening is a rewarding hobby that helps me appreciate the beauty of the natural world. Another hobby I have is knitting. Knitting is a creative and relaxing hobby that allows me to make things with my hands. I like to knit scarves, hats, and blankets for my family and friends. Knitting is a therapeutic activity that helps me unwind and focus. It is a hobby that I find very satisfying and rewarding. In my free time, I also enjoy cooking. Cooking is a creative and enjoyable hobby that allows me to experiment with different ingredients and flavors. I like to try new recipes and make meals for my family and friends. Cooking is a satisfying and rewarding hobby that allows me to share my love of food with others. In addition to cooking, I also enjoy baking. Baking is a fun and relaxing hobby that allows me to make delicious treats for my family and friends. I like to bake cakes, cookies, and bread. Baking is a hobby that requires precision and attention to detail. It is a relaxing and enjoyable activity that helps me unwind and focus. In conclusion, hobbies are an important part of our lives. They give us joy, relaxation, and a sense of accomplishment. Whether it is reading, writing, drawing, or playing music, hobbies help us express ourselves and enjoy our free time. I hope that by sharing my favorite hobbies with you, you feel inspired to explore your own interests and find activities that bring you happiness. Thank you for listening, and I wish you all the best in your hobby adventures. Happy learning and have fun!